Thanks for joining me, dear viewer, on this visit to Helsingborg, Sweden. Helsingborg is only 4 kilometers from the Danish town of Elsinore and is located on the southern end of Sweden. You can travel to Denmark by ferry from Helsingborg, like I did in the summer of 1974, or you can drive across the bridge at Malmö. Helsingborg has about 100,000 people. And it's got a number of websites, including this city website. What I liked about the town was the many old buildings and the fortress, the Campus. It's also a very progressive city and is an important port. This plan indicates some of the more modern buildings. Helsingborg is a regional center of trade, transport and business. It has 3 large ferry companies, many of whom take people over to avoid the high alcohol taxes in Sweden. A view of the city from higher up. This medieval woodcut shows the Campus or fortress, which remains in part today. Let's quickly look at some old postcards. Hotel Malmberg. The stately old buildings. An early shot of the harbor. Marine traffic was central to the city. An early postcard of a steam engine. This postcard is dated 1906. Now let's get modern, a view of the port. And a view of the yacht club with condominiums in the background. A very nice harbor shot. The church in the background is St. Mary's. If you go by road to Denmark, this is the route. You'll probably take a ferry from here. An early postcard of a ferry. And the ferries today. Karnan means core, and it's a medieval tower. This right up indicates that the red keep of Helsingborg Castle marks the original site of the town. It's one of the oldest towns in the area, going back 1,000 years, and was a thriving trade center in the 11th century. It's been besieged a number of times. The current portion is only part of the old castle. An early shot of the castle. And the Karnan today. These steps lead up to the central tower, as you can see in this photograph. Now to something more modern. There's considerable ruins left from the Second World War. This area was heavily fortified. Coastal gun defenses. Many of these ruins are sort of buried and forgotten. These are anti-tank emplacements. Now for something less warlike, we'll go to Sofiero, a Swedish royal family's country mansion dating back to 1864. We pay our admission and go in. It's a lovely building with a really expansive garden. We'll look around the garden. Here it is. The garden's famous for bougainvillea. Hotel Helsingborg. Let's take a look around the town. Lots of stately old buildings. This, I think's the Mint. The town central. St. Mary's Church. A more rustic cottage. The city website advertises the shopping. Thanks, viewer, for joining me on this trip to Helsingborg, Sweden.